Iran-US nuclear talks show good progress in Geneva as Washington keeps military option on table. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says indirect nuclear talks with the United States have made good progress, even as Washington warns that military action remains an option if diplomacy collapses. The latest round, mediated by Oman, took place Tuesday in Geneva against a backdrop of heightened military activity in the Gulf. Speaking to state television, Araghchi said both sides reached broad agreement on guiding principles that will form the basis of a potential deal. He described the outcome as a step forward compared to earlier talks in Oman this month, adding that a clear path now exists toward drafting an agreement. He cautioned, however, that narrowing the remaining gaps will take time. Once both parties finalize draft texts, they will exchange them and set a date for a third round of negotiations. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi was met with fierce protests and a direct confrontation in Geneva, where a group of demonstrators reportedly targeted him and members of his delegation during his visit. According to eyewitnesses, protesters gathered shortly after the Iranian minister's arrival, chanting slogans condemning Tehran's policies. The situation quickly escalated into scuffles and pushing, prompting security forces to intervene and secure his exit from the scene. In Washington, D.C., U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance struck a more measured tone. In an interview with Fox News, Vance said the talks went well in some respects, noting that both sides agreed to continue discussions. However, he stressed that key U.S. red lines remain unaddressed by Tehran.
Vice President, why did you feel it was important to visit the Armenian Genocide Memorial today? Does that mean that you are officially recognizing the Armenian Genocide and all the lives that were lost?
Well, we're going to visit some important sites to Azerbaijan tomorrow, and when we talked to the Armenians, they said this is a very important site for us. And obviously, I'm the first vice president to ever visit Armenia. They asked us to visit the site. Obviously, it's a very terrible thing that happened a little over 100 years ago, and something that is just very, very important to them culturally. So I thought, out of a sign of respect, both for the victims, but also for the Armenian government that's been a very important partner for us in the region, to Prime Minister Pashinyan, I wanted to go and pay a visit and pay my respects.
We're going to keep working at it, Vance said, adding that the president ultimately retains the authority to decide when diplomacy has run its course. Iran is seeking relief from sweeping U.S. sanctions, including restrictions on its oil exports. Tehran insists negotiations focus strictly on its uranium enrichment program and must yield tangible economic benefits while safeguarding national sovereignty. Washington, meanwhile, is demanding that Iran halt uranium enrichment on its territory and is pushing to broaden the talks to include non-nuclear issues such as Iran's missile program, a proposal Tehran has firmly rejected. The negotiations unfold amid mounting tensions in the Gulf. The U.S. has deployed 2 aircraft carriers to the region, including the USS Abraham Lincoln, stationed roughly 700 kilometers off Iran's coast as of Sunday, according to satellite imagery.